Each time a man stands up for an ideal, or acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope, and crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current which can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance.
I am glad to be here, though, and glad to be part of this program, because I am immensely proud of the work that Impact is doing to empower our community. I believe in Impact's mission to reduce poverty by providing hope, inspiring help, and real opportunities for self-sufficiency. Community action, as all of you already know, changes lives. It embodies the spirit of hope and opportunity so that everyone in our community does have the chance to thrive and live happy lives.
We often talk about the face of poverty, but I want to change the paradigm just a bit and show you the face of hope. Every time someone's utility services is restored, that is what hope looks like. Every time someone is able to stay in their home, that is what hope looks like. Every time someone gets a job or someone comes home from prison and is restored to their family, that is what hope looks like. Every time someone reaches their financial goals and is able to save enough money to go to college or to start a business, that is what hope looks like. Now, anyone who knows me knows that I'm going to talk about the proverb of the fish. And so the proverb begins by saying, if you give a man fish, he will eat for a day. By the way, how did you like the fish? If you give a man fish, he will eat for a day. If you teach him to fish, he will eat for a lifetime. However, we must challenge that assumption made by the proverb that a man will eat for a lifetime. He may be able to fish for a lifetime, but if there's no pond, river, or sea by which to cast his rod and catch that fish, there is no guarantee that you will eat for a lifetime. So we must shape the future by spurring economic development, forming strategic collaborations, and advocating for public policies that will offer everyone the opportunity to thrive. This is why Impact is planning to expand our IDA program to encourage entrepreneurs to save money and invest in themselves, to begin a small business or startup, thus spurring the economic development. This is why Impact is part of a strategic collaborative called the Human Service Chamber, which is the umbrella organization to over 70 organizations, the most prominent and effective human service agencies in Franklin County. Impact Community Action is the place where fear and hope collide. What I want each and every one of you to take away from today is that when fear and hope collide, when we have impact, hope will always win. Thank you. Now I'd like to bring Wally to come and give us a word of hope.
Good afternoon. This is called Hope. The thoughts of children growing up with hope. And I remember the day we almost gave up hope. I was a child with the lights cut off. It was hard to cope. And Mom said rent was due and our family was at the end of our rope. And so I hope that one day we can find our way and be kids that can just play. I hope that the mean kids at school talking about our clothes don't mean what they really say. And I hope that worry goes away and that we can play like we're not really poor. Because things are getting so bad, we don't even play anymore. And we have to hide every time the Rent-A-Center man comes banging at the door. And I don't like hiding. I don't like to see my mama staying in her room crying. Please, Mama, keep fighting. So I hope that one day I can fly all of us away and we can have a vacation on the coast. I saw that on TV once before our electric went out. And when I grow up, I hope I can buy my mama a brand new house, a new home, a new pad. I hope one day people will start to share what they really have. And I hope I can have the lights stay on so when I have homework, I can do my math. Because this isn't adding up. I have to subtract sadness when I grow up to find the right path. And I don't know if you know how it feels to have to light candles all the time. Do you know how it feels to have to wait hours in the welfare line until we get to the front and then the lady has an attitude? And I hope my moms don't go off because this lady is so rude. But the hopes I have today will come true when I grow up and I help my mother move. But first I have to believe in the path here. Even though tonight I hope we don't trip over stuff in the dark. And I don't like living this way. But as a family, my mom taught us how to pray. And then from out of nowhere, hope came and my hope grew into faith. And all of a sudden, somehow my mom got lights back at our place. And somehow she got money to pay the gas with. And now my mom started going back to school to take all these classes. And my mom never gave up hope, even when it seemed like God didn't hear. She kept asking. And she told me if I have a dream, no matter how bad things might seem, that don't give up your passion. And don't give up your ability to believe. She told me no matter what, I can be anything I wanted to be, I will achieve. And my mom gave us hope because she said when things were bad, she still spoke from the heart. So when the lights were off, she said, I want you to understand that sometimes in life things are going to get dark. And sometimes life won't be a walk in the park. But keeping hope alive is like keeping a spark. Shine bright. And even that way, when the electric was off, we still had light. And she said times are tough with no electric and no gas. But remember, God said this too shall pass. And Mom told me not to forget where you came from and to always have a plan. She said you will triumph as long as you say I will and I can. And she said when people come to help you with good advice and assistance, just listen. Take their help, but your goal is to be self-sufficient. And I said, Mom, going to school, then going to college is my mission. And for that, I will keep the faith, even when it appears that we're at the end of our rope. And doing that will create a ripple of hope. And for that, I will strive. Because as my mom would always say, you got to keep hope alive.
Crowder.